Surprise! Your disability is now a movie. The year 2025 marks the 35th anniversary of the passage of the Americans with Disabilities Act, commonly referred to as the ADA. It's a piece of legislation that, as a child, I couldn't have cared less about. I never felt limited in my life, despite being born with osteogenesis imperfecta, more commonly known as brittle bone disorder, and becoming a full-time wheelchair user at the age of 5. But as I've gotten older, moved away from my hometown, and tried to live and work as a disabled adult in America, I've seen the way the ADA's been undermined and limited. I realize now how important it's been to my life as a disabled person in the United States, and that, as flawed as it is, it benefits countless people. It put numerous protections into place, but specifically, it required establishments that are open to the public to be accessible without the use of stairs. Without it, I'd probably never be able to access the spaces I love, from video stores to movie theaters to Disneyland. I might not have become the film lover that I am today. Movies opened up new worlds for me. I was an outgoing child, but understood that not being ambulatory meant I'd have to put some dreams aside. Farewell ballet and becoming an Olympic ribbon dancer, and placed restrictions on where I could go. The cobblestones of Britain will probably never be my friend. I knew I'd never be a world traveler, but I could come close through the power of cinema. In the movies, I could go anywhere or be anything, within reason. I didn't have disabled role models in my everyday life. I had no disabled family members to give me a roadmap on how to navigate the world, nor were any of my friends disabled. My experience with disability began and ended with myself. And since Hollywood wasn't exactly tripping over itself to show wheelchair users on screen, I had to take what I could get. The first time I saw a wheelchair that wasn't mine was on screen. It belonged to Lieutenant Dan in Forrest Gump. What young disabled girl doesn't automatically identify with a surly Vietnam vet? This experience seared itself into my brain. This guy used a wheelchair. Sure, it didn't look like mine, and in hindsight, was definitely not made for him, but it was a start. It was also the first time I noticed what disability stereotypes in the movies looked like. Disability narratives in movies prioritized the stories of white men, whether in the Lon Chaney films of the 1920s or Al Pacino's Oscar-winning performance in Scent of a Woman. To watch disability in the movies is to see once ambulatory male characters struck down by the presumed horrors of disability that force them to reevaluate their sense of masculinity and identity. Disability stories are stories of lack and loss. Able-bodied audiences internalize this, and disabled viewers have to work against it. Being a disabled teen girl, watching disability narratives on screen that didn't prioritize women and did emphasize disability as something to mourn, did a number on me mentally, as it has done for countless others. It caused me to struggle with self-loathing and self-esteem issues that I deal with to this day. This isn't strictly a disability problem. The lack of representation on screen plagues viewers of color, as well as women in general. 91% of Americans believe that the media has the power to shape society. As Gina Davis says in the documentary Cinemability, movies act as codes of conduct to teach people how to deal with those who are different from us.
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, Click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.